Hey, good day. It's Mr. Zuniga for another lesson today. How are you? Sorry for no haircuts. I'm wearing a cap. That's why. No barber shops are open. But that's not what I'm here today. So, let's talk about science. We'll be working on pages 12 and pages 13. What's the reason for this? It's because we need to talk about this, the digestive system. What is that? Well, you must be familiar with a picture like this. It's this system that includes mouth, this canal, the esophagus, some organs like the liver, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, and the rectum. And this system, as you must be familiar with this fact, is in charge of making your food break down into small pieces so your blood can get it and pass it through the rest of your body. So we're talking about how food gets in your body and how your body uses it. And that's why we're going to move on. And you need to get a hold of this list of things. You need your Discover Science book. I have mine over here. See? Discover Science. You get yours. You also need your pencil, your eraser, a sharpener, and let's work on. Oh, don't forget, on top of your book, over here, on the top of the page, on the heading, print the date. Today is Monday, April 20th, 2020. Don't forget to capitalize the use of comma, the superscript th, and the period at the end. Okay? So don't forget to print the date. Let's move on. Let's work on page 12. Okay, page 12, this one, page 12. Let's go on the spot that says, let's learn. It says, number 1, write the part of the alimentary canal in the correct order. They're talking about this picture. And you have to display all your answers over here. And don't worry, Mr. Zuniga will be helping with those answers. But I want you to be very active on this and try to use my help as least as possible. So let's go over this. Okay. Here we have the picture. What is number 2? We need number 1 too. Number 1 is your mouth. Okay, we don't need to write that. Number 2 is the pharynx. It's this spot of it's between your mouth and your esophagus, and it makes you not get your food into your lungs. For number 3, we have the esophagus, is this pipe, this canal, and for number 4, we have the stomach, this big bag that contains food for a long time. And for number 5, we have the small intestine. We have it here with light blue. Okay, and it's thinner than the large intestine, and it's the one in charge of absorbing most of the nutrients. We have number 6, the large intestine, the one that contains food right before it gets out, and we have the rectum. It's the last part of the pipe that leads all the waste to the anus. The anus is the end of the digestive system, and it makes food get out of your body in the form of a waste. The waste we are talking about is feces, or in a silly way, poop. Sorry to talk about that. Alright, let's continue. Make sure you have all your answers over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, not 9, 10. Only through number 8. And let's continue on activity number 2. We're going to read and check your answers to activity number 1. So we're going to read the paragraph. We're going to read this spot that says the alimentary canal. Okay? We're going to read together. Try to catch up. Try to go with me on the part that says the alimentary canal is a route or route. Okay? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The alimentary canal is the route food takes through your body. First, we chew for 5 to 30 seconds. The food also mixes with saliva, and our tongue helps push the food to the back of our mouth. The food then travels from our mouth to our pharynx and down the esophagus to our stomach in 10 seconds. The food stays in the stomach for about 3 to 4 hours and then travels to the small intestine. The small intestine is about 6 meters long, and the food moves through it in 3 hours. The waste from the food then moves to the large intestine, where it stays for 18 hours to 2 days. Then it moves to the rectum, where it stays until it comes out of our anus. Okay, I hope you all read with me. You could catch up. You could have my pacing, and let's continue. All right, there's gonna be a little video for you to understand what we read about.
Today, we'll learn about our digestive system. We all know that food provides us energy. Energy is obtained from food in the teeny cells of your body. But the food we eat, for example, rice, vegetables, and fruits, cannot be directly used by our body to get energy. The pieces of food are too big even after we chew them. How do you think they enter inside the teeny cells? The food must therefore be broken down into small, simple pieces. The breaking down of food inside our body is known as digestion. The blood carries the broken down food to all cells of your body. Digestion takes place in so many steps. There are several organs in the body that help in digestion. Look here. This is the diagram of digestive system. Mouth, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, and rectum. Together, they make up your digestive system. Now look closely to observe how the whole system works. As you know, when you eat food, you chew it into smaller pieces and swallow it. This mixes with saliva that comes from the salivary glands. The food then goes down the esophagus and then into the stomach. When the food leaves the stomach, it starts its journey into the small intestine. Digestive juices from the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas help break down the food so your body can use it as energy. After winding its way through the small intestine, food enters the large intestine, where water and minerals are pulled out of it. At the end of large intestine, the food is ready for another journey, and away they go.
Alrighty, kids. I think that sheds enough light on the subject. So let's work on page 13. This one. Okay, be ready for page 13. And we're gonna work on the part that says number 3. Where are these 3 organs in activity 1? Discuss in pairs. We don't have any person to discuss, so we'll have to do it together, you and me. So we need to discuss the position of these three organs in the digestive system. So let's talk about this one. This is the liver. The liver is above, it's above the gallbladder. Liver is the English for hígado. Okay, liver is hígado, and it provides some help to the digestion. It gives us some acids to break down the food, and also absorbs a little bit part of the food. The gallbladder is a vesícula biliar. That's the Spanish for it. It provides some juices, some acid juices, to break food in pieces too, and it's below debajo, below the liver. And another one is the pancreas. The pancreas is working with food too. It helps dissolve, especially the sugar. It makes your body work with it. And the pancreas is below, debajo, below the gallbladder. Okay? That's the position of each of them. Now let's continue with next activity. It's gonna be number 4. Which parts of the body help us digest carbohydrates? Read and complete the table. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead with the table. It's this one, this table, and I'm gonna help you with the answers right on my screen. So let's talk about in what part of your body we digest each. Carbohydrates, sorry for that. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So we already have some answers. In our mouth, we can digest the carbohydrates and the fats, but not the proteins like chicken or fish or eggs because they're too complex. In the esophagus, nothing is digested. The esophagus just transports food to the stomach. In the stomach, carbohydrates have been digested and fat, but not the proteins. So the proteins are actually broken down in the stomach. And not 100%, but most of it. Liver, hígado. Well, here the fats are absorbed, most of them. And what does the pancreas do? It works with the three of them, with carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So these are the answers we are expecting in this chart. So it should look like this. Should look like that. Complete it, please, and let's move on. Next activity. Let's read the paragraphs. Okay, fellas, we're gonna read aloud. Try to follow Mr. Zuniga on reading. We're gonna start with the part that says the digestive system, right over here. Okay, be ready. On the paragraph that says the alimentary canal, this one. Okay, so here we go. Be ready. Read with Mr. Zuniga. The alimentary canal is the route food takes through our body. There are more parts of the body that help us digest our food. All these parts together are called the digestive system. Next paragraph. We use our mouth to breathe and talk. It is also the first part of the digestive system. Your teeth help break food into small pieces and mix it with saliva to make it soft. The saliva starts to digest some carbohydrates and fats. The tongue then pushes the food to the pharynx and down the esophagus. Okay, next paragraph. The esophagus connects the mouth to the stomach. It is a tube with muscles that contract to carry the food mixed with saliva. This process is called peristalsis. Okay, next paragraph. The stomach is between the esophagus and the small intestine. It is the main part of the digestive system. This is where proteins are digested. The food enters the stomach and then it mixes with gastric juices. These juices are a mixture of chemicals that break the food into very small pieces and make it a semi-liquid before it enters the small intestine. Okay, next paragraph. The liver weighs about 1.5 kilograms. It is the second largest organ in our body. The skin is the largest organ. So that differs a bit in the video because they're not considering the skin as an organ. What actually skin is an organ. So this information is more accurate than the one of the video we're about to watch. Let's continue. In the digestive system, it helps in the digestion of fats in the small intestine. The gallbladder helps the liver digest fat. Fat is the English for grasas, don't forget. Last paragraph. The pancreas is about 15 centimeters long and is under the stomach. It produces several substances that help digest food in the small intestine. It helps the body digest fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. Okay, we're done with reading. So let's watch a video to summarize all this information we read about. Okay, here we go. I hope you like it.
The human digestive system includes several connected glands: the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Located on the right side of the abdomen, the liver is the largest gland in the human body. Large blood vessels, the hepatic artery, and the portal vein bring it the quantities of blood that give it its dark red color. The liver produces many substances, including bile, a greenish liquid that facilitates the digestion of fat.
Spanish for bile is bilis.
Bile produced by the liver is stored in a small pouch, the gallbladder, then released into the intestine during meals. The pancreas, a long gland located under the liver, also contributes to digestion by secreting digestive juices that help to decompose foods. The liver and pancreas thus play an essential role in digestion. They also play other vital roles. The liver, for example, stores large reserves of sugars and vitamins.
Okay, good information. Alrighty, kids. So this was all about the digestive system and some focus on the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder. Okay, so there's a little assignment like homework. You send me photos of your work on pages 12, 13. And you also double check before you do that, okay? You guys printed today's date, today's Monday, don't forget. And that you guys completed exercises 1 and 4 correctly. Double check that and send me those photos. And I'll be giving you your credits for that. Okay, I'll be glad to hear some questions from you. Let me know, and I'll be in touch with you. Okay? Oh, a little gift for your good job. A picture of Dory and Nemo with baby doll eyes. Alrighty, kids. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day.